The 80s were a boom time for horror. Two formats of video recorder, VHS and Betamax, duked it out, with VHS eventually winning out due to being the cheaper format to license. The proliferation of this technology in the home meant that films had a market outside cinemas for the first time, and rental stores cropped up worldwide. Direct-to-video became a valid way to release films, and a lot of people wanted to cash in on the growing horror craze. In addition, because it was now possible to record movies from TV, many eager youngsters cultivated their interest in horror by watching scary movies at home, freed from the age-based restrictions at cinemas. My childhood was one of regular video shop visits, marveling at the gory covers on cassettes in the horror section. The quality of the tapes varied wildly, but many still stand up today, some of them now bona fide classics. Obviously, any list such as this is subjective, but there are a few entries that I'm genuinely sad missed the cut, even if just barely, namely Poltergeist, The Shining, and From Beyond. Just your tracking, align your azimuth heads, and let's go. Frank Henenlotter has a rare directorial talent, the ability to cover every frame of celluloid with an intangible layer of grime. Across his limited yet illustrious career, New York has been as much a character in his films as any of the oddballs, eccentrics, or freaks he casts. Basket Case is as much a love letter to the Big Apple as anything made by Woody Allen, but concentrates on the city's rotten core, the seedy, sleazier side of the concrete metropolis. Basket Case is a simple tale about a boy and his deformed mutant brother, but it's the humans in the film who are the real monsters. It's a tale that'll stick in your brain long after you've finished showering to try and wash the grubbiness away. Some of its effects are risible. A stop-motion scene with monstrous brother Belil trashing a hotel room is more about the stop than the motion, but as with the rest of Henenlotter's work, there's a certain charm. Henenlotter inspired a whole bunch of other filmmakers, notably Joe Begos, Bliss, and VFW, and Harrison Smith, The Special, proving that exploitation is alive and well. The Basket Case sequels veer more towards black comedy and away from horror, but are never less than watchable. In some little backwater alternate reality, there's a far different version of Predator from the one that hit cinemas in 1987. In this universe, it's one of the more obscure movies of Schwarzenegger's oeuvre, an action horror flick starring heavily disguised, little-known actor Jean-Claude Van Damme, who suffered a career-ending injury after an ill-timed jump in a preposterous-looking rubber costume. Luckily, that's not the one we got. Featuring the ever-reliable designs of genre genius Stan Winston, Predator is an unashamedly macho science fiction action horror movie which sees Dutch, Arnie, and his squad of war film stereotypes take on the eponymous alien menace. Featuring enough ammunition to topple a third-world dictatorship and biceps bulging with more veins than most of us have in our entire circulatory systems, Predator is an absolute blast. Like Billy on the Bridge, brave enough to take on the Predator with just a machete, the film is expertly executed. A novel sequel that moved the setting to the concrete jungle of Los Angeles was followed by increasingly dismal movies, but unlike the Predator himself, the franchise refuses to vanish. A rare piece of stealth horror, this one, sneaking from the video store shelf into many homes thanks to the cute furry mogwai on the cover.